Shout out to Money Brown, man. Respect Junior. My boy Money Brown, he get a lot of money, that's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV. And keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out there fight? Well, this your boy Money back with another one, man. This one here is on a 3-division world champion and a former lightweight unified world champion, Vasyl, the Matrix, Lomachenko, and a man who defeated him to become the new unified lightweight world champion, Teofimo, the Takeover, Lopez. Now, we all know Teofimo Lopez defeated Lomachenko, in an impressive fashion, doing something that a lot of people thought he couldn't do, right? Including myself, right? I thought Loma would have won the fight, so I keep it real. He went out there and he put on a fucking performance, that everybody will remember, that made him, the unified lightweight world champion. And you got to respect it, dog. You got to respect it. T.O. came out saying everything he was going to do when he first came out on the scene of with Top Rank. He was telling everybody he was going after Lomachenko. He will defeat Lomachenko, and he will take over the division that he's fighting at, and that's the lightweight division. And he put himself in that position to be the #1 cat, at the 135-pound division. And you got to give him credit, fam. You got to give him credit. No matter if you like the man, you dislike the man, winning against somebody like Vasyl Lomachenko, it put him up there. It really put him up there, and it put his name on the map. And you got to respect it, dog. You feel me? Now, Loma went into that fight, hesitant. Everybody thought he was hesitant in the first, 7 rounds. I think I gave him 1 round out of the first. I think I gave him the 2nd round. But he was hesitant, trying to make Teofimo make mistakes and make him pay. Which I saw Loma try to do was make him come forward, and he thought the young kid was go, be on the big stage and probably, freeze up a little bit and come at him and try to, exert himself for the second half, and then he just turned his ass up in the second half. But Teofimo, he was patient, he was smart, and he didn't do the stupid shit that Loma thought he would do. Loma thought he was going to put tricks in there and thought Teofimo was going to walk into them tricks. But what Teofimo did was very smart, because he took what Lomachenko gave him early on. He took what he gave him early on. You know what I mean? You don't want to fight. You want to keep going backwards? Well, I'm going to touch you here. I'm going to touch you there. You going to try to come here? I'm going to touch you here. You feel me? I'm going to be coming forward, but I'm not going to exert myself. I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to get frustrated. And you got to commend Teofimo Lopez for staying smart in the ring. He stayed smart in the ring, because what I saw Loma trying to do was try to walk him into tricks, but he thought that by that being his first time on a big stage with him, that Teofimo was just going to come forward like a bull and not think and not use his head. And T.O. proved him different. He proved him different. You got to give him credit, bro. Now, what's next for T.O.? You feel me? We all know George Kambosos is next. Sign, sealed, and deliver on Triller coming up. And we'll see how T.O., put a performance down on George Kambosos. But Loma is feeling like, Teofimo Lopez is running from the rematch. He feel like, okay, first of all, Loma came out with the excuses of, a shoulder injury, if I'm not mistaken, and then saying things like, Bob Earn paid off the judges and things of that nature. Poor excuses because you have no proof, in that situation. You have no proof in that situation. I'm not going to say that he wasn't injured. Who are we to tell somebody that they weren't injured? But, the proof is in the pudding, bro. Nonetheless, the judge's situation with Bob Earn, that's how Loma felt. I don't think that was the right thing to do. With Bob Earn putting all his eggs in the basket behind you, trying to make you the face of Top Rank, arguably made you the face of Top Rank, over Terrence Crawford, over Teofimo, over Shakur Stevenson, and all the other talent that he got, and you turn around and you kind of throw him up under the bus. Feel me? Lomachenko kind of threw Bob Earn up under the bus, but we could say Bob Earn actually was doing everything in his powers to make Lomachenko a superstar. Everything in his powers. Even was willing to pay Manny Pacquiao $20 million to fight Lomachenko. $20 million to fight Lomachenko, but wasn't willing to pay him to fight Terrence Crawford. Now, Loma feel like T.O. is running scared like a little bitch. You feel me? And not trying to give him a rematch, because he know if he give him the rematch, Loma is going to beat his ass. You feel me? He feel like he's going to whip Teofimo ass in the second fight. That's why the kid don't want to fight him again. He got his little win, and he taking off running with the 999 now, sticking his tongue out at him. I beat you, and you ain't gonna get it back. You feel me? So you know how it be when kids little, they hit you and run behind their parents. You can't get your lick back. And that's how Teofimo is right now, behind his pops and behind Bob Erm. That's how Loma feeling. Loma like, you go get your little win, then you go run like a little bitch, huh? That's how you feeling, huh? You don't want to give me my rematch, huh? You feel me? I put you on, and this how you want to do me. You feel me? So when you look at Teofimo's side of the story, you know, Teofimo says Loma was being cocky and shit, you know, not want to put a rematch clause in there, and that's his fault. That's his fault. You feel me? I don't blame Teo. I understand the game. I understand the nature of the beast. You feel me? Who knows what Teo thinks, bro? Because when you look at the second half of that fight, if we keep it real, Loma was tagging Teofimo Lopez ass. Loma was tagging Teofimo Lopez ass in that second half of the fight, man. He hit him with everything that he threw. Like, with everything Loma wanted to hit Teofimo with, he hit him with it. But the thing was, Teofimo came back with something. You feel me? He came back with something. So as good as Loma was giving, Teo was giving back as well. So that's why the rounds, you know, late, they went to Loma, but they were still good enough and close enough for Teofimo, you know, to stay right there with him. And that's why, you know, you got a lot of people saying that Teo, you know, washed the shit out of Loma, things of that nature, because he did fight you back. But it don't take away from Lomachenko having success in the second half of the fight and him touching him touching Teofimo Lopez with almost everything he threw. You know, when Loma decided to fire off, I'm like, damn, Loma touching his ass, bro. Like, Teo defense was very suspect. His defense was very, very suspect, bro. And I think Loma exposed that in him. Like, he got to tighten that defense up. You know, Teo took the early rounds, and I think Loma feel like if I started early on that kid, what would the outcome have been? You know, if I didn't wait so long, you know, for whatever reason. Some people feel like it was the power. Lomachenko felt this power. He didn't want to get caught early. You know, Teo would have knocked him out, things like that. You know, some people thought, you know, Loma was setting traps. I kind of thought Loma was hoping that the kid just came out wild and reckless and came forward towards him like, oh, man, you ain't fighting, you running it. You know how young kids is. Come on, man, why you running? Fight. Come on, man, he just moving, like, and he wanted to frustrate him and thought he was just going to try to do some stupid shit and he could catch him in the miss, body shots while he throwing hard shit missing, and then come after the second round, he just going to turn it up and do what he did in the second half of the fight, but it didn't turn out that way. So now Loma feeling like, look here, man, you got your little shit off. Give me my shot back. Give me a chance to go out here and prove that what you did in the first fight, you know, you can't do it in the second fight. And a lot of people like rematches. A lot of people say, if you did it once to a talented fighter, let's see if you can do it twice to a talented fighter and secure that shit. You feel me? I'm like this, bro. If you going into a fight and you the top dog in the negotiation room, I don't give a fuck how cocky you are, how good you think you are. Look at Floyd Mayweather, everybody. Floyd Mayweather kept a rematch clause in the contract. I repeat, Floyd Mayweather kept a rematch clause in the contract because he knew anything can happen on any given Sunday. Any given Saturday. I'm taking the football. Anything can happen on any given Saturday, bro. Any given Saturday, nigga, you can go in that motherfucker and tear something in your bicep, pull a strained muscle. Anything can happen, bro. A headbutt, a punch from a cut. Anything can happen to where you can lose the fight. Not just you getting your ass kicked or you getting your ass knocked out. You feel me? It can be some shit can happen. You can be up and an injury take place and it's over. Look at Ryan Burnett and Nonito Denner. You feel me? Anything can happen in a fight, bro. I was pissed off about that too. Ryan Burnett was my guy. He ended up retiring, man. A hell of a talent. If y'all don't know about Ryan Burnett, y'all better look up my guy. But nonetheless, you know, anything can happen on any given Saturday, bro. So you can't be too cocky enough to where you think, oh, I'm just going to go in this ring, I'm going to whoop this kid ass, I'm going to move on to the next, I'm going to embarrass him. Nah, and Teo, I don't blame him. I beat your ass, right? Maybe you could come back and get a win in a rematch. You feel me? I'm not saying you can't. But why do that and go for a trilogy when I just took the thunder from you? It made me one of the hottest fighters in the world. It put me as the number one fighter at the 135-pound division with other big fights on the horizon. There's big money fights that I can make more than I made with you. Why not move on? That's coming from Teofimo's side of things. Why not? And we can't knock him on that situation because Loma had the power to put a fucking rematch in play, but he didn't. You feel me? So now Loma feeling like Teo, you know, over there acting like a little bitch, running scared, don't want to fight me again, you know, things of that nature. He's going to feel that way. And he's supposed to feel that way. I'm not going to say he's not supposed to feel that way. You're a fighter. You're a competitor. You feel me? And you're very competitive. Lomachenko is very competitive. You got to give him that credit, bro. You got to give him that credit. He will fight anybody. He'll step in the ring with anybody. You can't say Loma ducked nobody. People might say he ducked Rico at the smaller weight class, and I thought he should have fought Rico at the smaller weight classes. But nonetheless, when he fought Rico, he said he really don't get enough credit because, people gonna say he was too small. So he already knew what was coming with the Rico fight. But other than that, I haven't seen Lomachenko duck no smoke from nobody. You feel me? Or people say Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? But I already knew Teofimo was the next play for him before Dev. But right now, him and Dev, they got their back and forth going to maybe that fight just might happen. Lomachenko might get into the ring with Devin Haney next. Who knows? But Dev got business with Linares. And, Lomachenko look like he finna fight Nakatani. But nonetheless, Lomachenko's supposed to feel that way, especially when you lose 3 scraps. You lose on a big stage, and it was a big-time fucking fight. You know what I mean? And it set you back. It set him back. It knocked a lot of people took Lomachenko off their pound-for-pound list. He's still on my pound-for-pound list. I still got Lomachenko on my pound-for-pound list. You feel me? I don't got him as high, but I got him on my pound-for-pound list because of his skill set and what he's done in the boxing game. And just because he took an L doesn't mean that he's not a great fucking fighter still. You know what I'm saying? Y'all cats praise the O, Money Brown don't. I don't praise the O. Now, Lomachenko, looking at Teofimo, he won his rematch. Work your way back to a rematch. I don't think Teo will be right there by the time you get up there, but still, you can still work your way back into a mandatory position to where you can put yourself back on top. Even if Teofimo vacate the titles, you can still put yourself back on top at 135, to claim the throne once again. And what's a better way than, everybody love a comeback story. Everybody love a comeback story. So what's a better way to put your name back on the map than becoming unified or arguably undisputed at 135 pounds? Facing Teofimo, Devin Haney, Gervonta Davidson, Ryan Garcia, facing all those names, and it just make Lomachenko that much more great with his career because he do have a Hall of Fame career and do got to get a man credit. You feel me? But with him, feeling like Loma is running scared, don't want to give him a rematch, he's a little pussy, things of that nature, I got to disagree with Loma. I got to disagree. You got to hold yourself accountable, Loma. You had the power to put a rematch clause in that bitch. You didn't do it. This is what happened when you get a little too cocky, homie. And Loma, you do got a demeanor about yourself that is very fucking cocky, and I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like it. I like that aura about yourself. Carry yourself like a man. Carry yourself like can't nobody fuck with you in this boxing game, because that's how you got to think, and that's the mentality you need to be in this gladiator sport. So it's much respect. But don't blame Teofimo for not giving you a rematch. Blame yourself for not granting yourself a rematch when you had all the power to do so. Teofimo is doing what he's supposed to do. Move on with the victory. Take that thunder, run with it, and build your career, fighting other big names and make another big checks. Now, he could come back to you down the line if you build yourself back up and then make for another big-ass fight. You feel me? Because, like I say, if he beat you once, we'll see if he can beat you twice. You know what I mean? So we'll just see how that play out, though. But shouts out to Lomachenko, man. Shouts out to Teofimo. Y'all both keep doing y'all thing. It don't matter what. I still love the sport of boxing. I don't want to see y'all fellas get hurt. I want to see y'all prosper and fight the best of the best. If y'all take an L, as long as you lose in impressive fashion, Money Brown gonna still have respect for you. And that's just that, man. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think Loma had a right to say Teofimo Lopez is a chump and scared and running scared for not giving a rematch? Or should he blame his damn self for not granting himself a rematch when he had the power to do so? Let me know y'all thoughts. Until then, it's your boy Money. This the NSBC moving. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want to donate OG Money on Cash App, TreyHampton52@gmail.com on PayPal. If you can't, just tell a friend, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share the video. Y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.